No, he didn't. He didn't take place in today's practice. Um, Due to the NBA protocol, he is not able to practice with the rest of the team, but we're expecting him for a individual workout sometime this evening. Just the rules that the NBA has as far as testing and whatnot.
Stephen, you mentioned the NBA protocols, and James posted pictures of himself partying maskless Friday. What is your be available to practice, and what, if any, communication have you had with him?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry, I got cut off.
Yeah. James on Instagram posted pictures of him partying maskless over the weekend. What is your understanding of when he might be able to practice? What has to take place for him to be cleared to practice with the team? And what, if any, communication have you had with James since we last talked to you?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what hoops he has to jump through in order to practice with the team. I know he has been following the protocol as far as I know, but I haven't had communication with him. And at some point, like I said, this evening, he's supposed to do an individual workout. And at some point after that, he will be with the team practicing.
Next question. Jonathan Fagan.
Yeah, hi, Coach. Whatever was necessary for James to have made himself available, whatever steps, what are your feelings about that not having been done? And what does that indicate? We were talking last week with you about what his commitment might be. Does that indicate anything or cause concern about his level of commitment?
I wouldn't say it's his level of commitment. I would just say, you know, I want him here, and I want him to be a big part of what we're doing, and I'm excited to coach him and have him be a part of what we just had out there with a good practice with a bunch of guys who are working hard on both ends of the floor and had a good vibe about them. So that's what I'm looking forward to having him here and having him do.
Did everyone else participate?
No, PJ Tucker did not participate as well. I saw him this morning. I believe he's getting an individual workout as well at some point, but he did not participate.
Thank you.
Haley Griffin. Hey, Coach. I know there's probably only so much you can take away from one practice, but what did you learn about your team today?
Oh, I learned a lot of good stuff about our group. We have a hard-working group, a good group of guys who listen well, who are pulling for each other. John Wall and 𝗪𝗧𝗪 Cousins are great vocally. They're both very smart. We're talented. Christian Wood's talent stood out today. Eric Gordon's veteran savvy stood out today. So there's a lot to learn. I'm going to watch the film of practice and kind of get to the details about it. But every drill was good and hard, and there's a lot of good communication out there. And for our first practice, I thought it was very good.
Hey, Coach, just between you and the staff, can you describe what will be the most important part of between now and preseason? And just get everybody ready.
Yeah, we're treating this situation as from the 6th to the 23rd, right? So we're not really concentrating so much on the 6th to the 11th, which is our first preseason game. We're thinking about this in the long term. So we're really concentrating a lot on the defensive end and making sure that we're being attentive to the details of what we're going to be doing defensively, whether it's playing a little bit more standard or switching, and same thing offensively, just making sure that we're versatile in a bunch of different ways while going at a pace that makes sense, that they're not being confused or whatever. And with this kind of ramp up that we've had with the individual workouts going into scrimmaging and whatnot, the guys have to get in better shape. They just do. So it's going to be a long. We're taking the long game as far as from the 6th to the 23rd.
Brian T. Smith.
Hey, Stephen, a couple days ago you said, understandably, you wanted to give James space, and I'm sure, no one wants to overreact to when this team practice, but have you been able to have a conversation with him or just get a feel, whether, talking to Rafael or talking to anyone else in the organization about where things stand with him? And this question's not going to go away, how committed he is to being with the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, that's a question you're going to have to ask him when he gets here, and we're looking forward to having him here and get to his individual workout. That's the word I've heard through the pipeline, and once he gets here, obviously the best communication for me would be face-to-face communication, not text, not phone, not anything else. So I'm looking forward to him getting here, getting in the building, and then we can talk about what's best. But that's kind of a work in progress right now.
𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧.
Hey, Coach. In recent interviews John Wall did for the season, he mentioned improving his three-level score, primarily with full threes and going to his right. How will that allow him to better complement James, 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧, Christian, and others on the team?
He's a pass-first guy, so he is a downhill pass-first big point guard who can help the others play well. So really, whoever he's on the floor with is going to play better because he's on the floor. I mean, some of the things that he did today, not just with his gifts of getting into the paint or shooting pull-ups, but his knowledge of the game or the reads that he's making. And, he's always talking to his screeners, whether it was Christian Wood or 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧 today, about what he's looking for and what he wants. So it's very much more than his game that we're looking forward to. It's his smarts and his leadership abilities.
Simone Ali.
Stephen, you have 3 players coming off Achilles injuries. From watching them today, do you get a sense of how they look and where they're at physically?
They look good. Our training staff, like I said before, is right at the top of the league as far as helping guys get back from injuries and making sure that we're not putting too much load on them. All 3 guys look good, but we're monitoring. We really have to make sure that we monitor those guys and do it in a smart way. As I said, this is a long process that we're dealing with. So for one practice or 1 week to kind of go overboard doesn't make sense. We have to do it in a sensible manner where those guys are taken care of and the performance team can monitor them.
Jerome Solomon.
Yeah, Coach, I know you said that you'd rather have face-to-face communication with James as opposed to phone or text, but do you think it's unusual that a head coach would not have talked to his star player before practice was supposed to begin today?
Well, there's a lot unusual. There's a lot in this what we're going through right now. So there's just a lot.
We have time for one more.
Jonathan Green.
Yeah, just to follow up a little on John and 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧. Physically, did he show the same kind of speed and explosion that we'd seen a few years ago before the surgeries, and same to a degree with 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧?
It's hard to tell just because they're kind of working themselves back into game shape. They both look good. Their gaits are fine. They're not limping around or doing anything like that. They both look good physically. It's just the conditioning piece that you'll be able to see that pop. And neither guy has played in such a long time. It might be a little while before we see like the old Boogie or the old John Wall, but they both look better than anybody expected them to look today in the scrimmaging that we did.
Is there a plan now for sitting out practice days or back-to-backs, that kind of thing? Do you know?
No, we haven't talked about that yet. I'm sure there's some sort of plan that we have, but we haven't discussed that. We wanted to really take this thing day by day and really be intentional about what we get done on each and every day and then go forward. So we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish today, and then we'll attack tomorrow at a later today and tomorrow.